y'all? It's your boy Chill Will. I know it's been a while since I've done a video, but I was, you know, around the house. I knew the schedule was coming out today, and I was like, man, let me go ahead and get back to my content. I've been working on another channel, and that's doing pretty well. So I said, let me go ahead and get back to my cowboy content. You know, giving my insights and just giving my overall feel about the team on a week-to-week basis. So I said, no better way to hop in. Schedule release is nice. Let me sit down and record it. So I haven't looked at it yet. I got it pulled up. I see Post Malone, some fan, Dak, and Michael Irvin. But before I get into that, just kind of how I'm feeling right now going into the season. I'm excited. I think we have just as I think we have just as good a shot as anybody else in the league to do what we need to do. It's just, can we do it? Like, you know, I'm one of the guys. I really don't put too much into the regular season right now. I'm gonna watch every game. I'm gonna be dialed in, cheering, being my crazy self every game day. Like just how I am. I've been this way since '95. Like I can't turn it off. But like if we do go to San Francisco and beat San Francisco, it's like, yeah, but we still got to do it in January, and it's like a cloud hanging over us throughout the whole season. But that's neither here nor there. Right now, it's all about the schedule and when we're going to be playing and all of that good stuff like that. So without further ado, let me go ahead and get into this Dallas Cowboys schedule, at least 2024. Let's get into it and let's talk about it. All right, get started with the preseason. Preseason week 1, we got the Rams in LA. Week 2, we got the Raiders in Vegas. It's an interesting weekend. I think I'm gonna be in Vegas that weekend. I think that anyway. Week 3, we got the Chargers at home. So we got all West Coast teams for preseason. I'm thinking about the preseason work that we're gonna have to do. Rams are a pretty good team. A lot of our starters, specifically that offensive line, can get a lot of work, good quality work. And against that team, the Raiders are, a scrappy team. And the Chargers, I think, are up and coming team, but that's week 3 of the preseason, so nobody's probably gonna play that game anyway. I'd say it's rest in preseason, all West Coast teams, so don't look like it's a lot of travel, with us being, in Oxnard already and all that good stuff. So, like I say, week 1, we have the Browns, which we already knew. That game is very interesting to me because I think it's gonna give us an answers to a lot of questions right off the bat. Like the Browns have a great defense. They stop the run and they run the ball really good, which has kind of been our Achilles heel over the past 4, 5, 6 years. So we're just trying to, right out the gate, Tyler Guyton against Myles Garrett. Hey man, welcome to the NFL. Yeah, I think that's gonna be a tough game for us. It's on the road. Dog pound gonna be out there, kind of crazed out. But I do think, if we go in there and keep it simple, we understand who we're playing against. I just think we have a better roster right now. I think, if this game was in December, or in another cold winter month, I probably, feel it different. But I think we get that win, start the season off strong. All right, week 2, we have the Saints, which is, I'm from Louisiana, so that's a rivalry in this part of town. It's like one of the biggest rivalries that we have where I'm from. I don't think the Saints are there yet. I think they're like another year or two away. I do like Spencer Rattler. I do think he wins that job in New Orleans. And it might be a sneaky game, but it's our first home game. It's set 12 o'clock. I think we get that. So I think we got to start off 2-0. So I have to write this stuff down as I'm going. All right, so first 2 games of the season, I think that Cleveland game is tough. I think the Saints game will be kind of tricky, but I think we can take care of it. I got to start off 2-0. All right, week 3, got Baltimore at home. I like that. For some reason, I thought we played Baltimore on the road. Having Baltimore at home, I think I think I think like I say, it's not in December. We don't have to worry about playing them when it's cold. You know, 26, 30 degrees outside. I think that it's gonna be a very tough game. Um, I'll just I ain't gonna overthink it. I think we lose that game. I think we lose that game. I think that's our first loss of the season against Baltimore. I think that they're gonna come in hot from last year, from how their season ended last year. I think that's one of the. I think that's probably still the best team in the AFC. They run the ball exceptionally well. They got probably the best defensive line in the NFL right now. I think that's just a tough matchup for us. Lamar, those receivers. Yeah, man. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Baltimore gets us that. I think that's our first loss of the season. All right, week 4 we got the Giants. That's a W. I'm not even gonna waste time with that. But I do think it won't be 40-0, or I don't even remember what our home game was against them last year. It was a blowout, but I don't think we'll blow them out. I think it'll be a lot more competitive this year. Um, I can kind of tell. I think Dayball is doing a good job up there in New York. I think last year was just kind of one of those funky years when you're rebuilding the team and you think you're there and then you're not there yet. I like the Giants. I like them, but I think we get them, at least at home this year. And that looks like our first primetime game as well. So and that's in New York. I I think we take care of business. So I got us starting off 4-1 so far. Week 5 at Pittsburgh. Like that one. That's a Thursday night game against the Giants. My bad, y'all. Let me see. That is interesting. We haven't had a Thursday game that early. I don't think ever. Like I don't remember us having a Thursday night game. Okay, so So we got Baltimore at home, then we have to travel to New York on a Thursday night. That's very interesting. With that being okay, so that's a Thursday night game against New York, and then it looks like a Sunday night, our first Sunday night game against the Steelers at Pittsburgh. Um, Week 5 at Pittsburgh. It's kind of hard to tell right now. I'm just gonna say W. I'm gonna say W, just off the simple fact that I do think we have a better roster than Pittsburgh right now. We don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be like. I do think Fields may have a chance of beating Wilson out, but right now, just based off preseason and where our team is and where their team is, I'm gonna give us the dub on that one. All right, week 6 against the Lions. That's gonna be a good one. I think that's gonna be a good one. But we got them at home this time, so I think with us having them at home, we're a very, very good home team. I think we went undefeated at home, except that debacle in the playoffs. I think we continue that trend this year. I think we hold serve at home, man. I give us the win against Detroit in week 6. Week 7 is a bye week. Okay, that's interesting. A Thursday night game in week 4 and a week 7 bye. So that's interesting. But that does, with having that Thursday night game in week 4, I think. Yeah, in week 4, that gives us 10 days to go against Pittsburgh, which I do think will be Pittsburgh. But a week 7 bye, that's a little bit early than what I was anticipating or what I really would want. I think that's a little bit early for our players, but it is what it is. But we get a bye before we go play them big dogs out there in Santa Clara. So week 8, Dallas Cowboys traveling to Santa Clara against the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah, man. Sunday night. That team has just been our Achilles heel, man. I'm gonna go loss. I'm gonna go loss on that one. I'm gonna go loss just strictly based off what we've done in the off season and what they've done in the off season. They haven't haven't lost anything. They're probably better than they were last year. And just based off where we're at right now, I can't see us going into San Francisco and beating them right now. A a lot can change. It's a lot. This is it's a lot can change between May 15th and October 27th, which is when we play them. So right now I'm gonna go loss. It's against San Francisco. All right, week 9 we go to Atlanta. I think that's a dub. I think Atlanta. I think what's that coach name? I like that coach. Forget his name, but I think I think he has a good pulse. I think Atlanta could be kind of like what the Texans were last year with their head coach. I think I forget that coach's name, but he's what is his coach? I can't remember, but I think that I think Atlanta will be better. I don't think their division is tough. I think it's a first year head coach with a veteran quarterback with nice weapons in a division that is up for anybody just to grab. I think anybody can win the South, the NFC South. So I think they'll be good, but I think we take care of business against Atlanta in week 9. Week 10 at Philly. No, got Philly at home in week 10. I think we take care of business at home against Philly. I think we take care of business at home against Philly. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna split against Philly this year. I think we're gonna beat them twice. I just do. I just don't believe in Philly this year, man. And I'm not one of them hate on Philly or I don't like nobody in our division. I hate all 3 of y'all. But it's just my feeling going into the season. I just think Philly's been. I just think they're kind of. I think they're kind of overhyped. I think they'll be good, but I just don't. I don't see it. Not this year. Week 11, we got the Texans at home on Monday Night Football. That is going to be. This might be the most exciting game of the year. I think that Monday Night Football. I kind of was thinking we was gonna have them maybe on Thanksgiving. I was thinking that might be the Thanksgiving game, but having that on Monday Night Football, that's gonna be a good game. Like I said, we're at home. Until we lose at home, hey man, you got to show me at home. So I'm gonna go another win on that one. Week 12 against the Commanders. Short week coming off Monday Night Football is at Washington, but Washington is a home away from home from us. Dan Quinn, yeah. I think we take care of business against Washington, man. I think it's kind of hard because I like Jaden Daniels. I think this is week 12. I think he'll kind of be in a rhythm by then. It's just I think that we just have a better roster. A lot of this is just initial reaction, just what I think. I think right now we have a better roster than Washington. So for that reason alone, I don't think that Dan Quinn is just gonna go in there and change that defense that much. And I think Dak has practiced against that defense. All of our receivers have practiced against that defense. So I think that we gotta take care of business on them. So let's see. That is week 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So far through week 12, I have us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have us 9 and 2 so far through week 12. So let's keep going. Week 13 against the Giants. That is our Thanksgiving Day game. Okay, so we got the Giants again at home for Thanksgiving. I think that's a W2. Like I said, we're at home. I think the Giants are close, but I don't think they're there yet. Wow, that's what, 2 Monday night games? Week 14, Monday night against the Bengals. That's gonna be, man. These Monday night games are gonna be like whew, Monday. I'm interested to look at that Monday night schedule. I think that they if based off our schedule, that Monday night schedule has got to be stacked this year. I think I think ESPN is putting all their chips into that Monday night game. I think because based off our schedule, 2 of our biggest games against the AFC are on Monday night. So against the Bengals at home, I'm trying to think about. I think Joe Burrow is probably the second best quarterback in the league when healthy, which is a big if for him. And it's week 14, so you're not wishing anything on anybody. Knock on wood, at least, no injuries for anybody. But it's week 14. I'm thinking about their offensive line. Uh, it's just hard to project, man, because I don't know. I have a feeling how we're going to use Micah. I like the Nealon pick. I think DeMarcus is going to be DeMarcus, great against the run. But I got to look at their offensive line. But just, based off of initial reaction, first time looking at the schedule, I'm going to go. I'll go loss on that one. I know I say I think we're tough at home, but I think, we've won 5 straight heading into the Cincinnati game. I think we're due for one Monday Night Football. I think Joe and them comes in there and do their thing. I think they get us. I'll give that a loss just based off of, I think, like I say, Joe's the second best quarterback in the league. Dak is probably third or fourth, depending on who you talk to. So they got the better quarterback. Monday Night Football. We're tough at home, but I think the Bengals will get us at home. All right, week 15 against the Carolina Panthers. That is a W. Unless, like I say, unless some shit change, that's a W. I'm not even gonna waste time on that one. Week 16 at Tampa Bay. Week 16 Tampa Bay comes to us. I think that's a W. I think that's a W as well. That's a Sunday night game. Let me see. That's a Sunday night game, which looks like our last primetime game of the year. Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield. I'm not a real big fan of Baker. I think that he's good in spurts. I think it'll be a tough game because I think, like I said, the NFC South. I think it's gonna be very competitive. So I do think this will be a game that the Buccaneers need. But I think this will be a game that we need. I think that getting the 1 seed is like the first step with us to get to the NFC Championship game and potentially get to a Super Bowl. I think the 1 seed is very important. But I do think Tampa Bay will be fighting for the South. But I think we're going to be in a good shot to fight for the 1 seed. So I think we need this game as much as they do. Like I said, it's the last primetime game of the year. I think San Francisco will be there fighting for the 1 seed. I think it'll be another sleeper team fighting for the 1 seed as well in the NFC. So we're going to need that game. So we're at home, so I'm going to give us that dub too. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. All right. Week 17 at Philly. Like I say, I just don't believe in Philly. I don't. I think it's a lot of smoke in that organization right now. I think it's a lot of things that it's just a feeling that I'm getting. Like I don't think that team is. I know a lot of people see them draft this player and trade for this guy and sign this free agent. And I do think Jeffrey Lurie is a good GM. Because one thing I do like about Jeffrey, he doesn't overthink it. Like, if it can make his team better, he'll at least go for it. And I do like him. I do appreciate him for that. Like, I wish, Steven and Jerry had a little bit more of that when it came to us. But I just don't see. I think Philly takes a step back this year. I think we beat them twice. I think we go to Philly and beat them, especially, like I say, we're fighting for the 1 seed. So we need this game. I think Dallas goes into Philly, beats Philly. Week 18 at the Commanders. No, Commanders coming to us week 18. I think that's a W as well. I ain't gonna waste a lot of time on that. Like I said, I don't think Washington is there yet. Maybe a loss depending on where we at. Like if we have the 1 seed locked up, I can, possibly see us not starting our starters or whatever, or at least pulling them, once we kind of see what all the other games are at. But yeah, man, based off this initial reaction, I think I have us. Let me see what I got to say. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, Got us at 14-3, man. Um, yeah, right now, man, based off this initial schedule, man, if everything goes right, I think I got us at 14-3. I think that this, but um, it's now. I'm just looking at the schedule for the first time. I'm going based off how these teams performed last year. Um, I'm going into it that we'll overachieve. Now I will say I think this is the best that we can do. I think 14-3 is like the best, absolute best that we can do with if we have a couple of injuries, knock on wood, or if something goes wrong, I think the latter we'll do is like 10-7, you know. So I think the ceiling is 14-3. I think the floor is 10-7, but either way I think we sneak into the playoffs. And that's where it begins for me. Like 14-3 is cool. 10-7, okay. I mean, it is what it is. I really, I'm gonna get into this in probably my next video about how we have to, do better in the postseason, man. Our 14-3 is cool, but if we don't do anything once we get to the postseason, man, it's kind of all for nothing. So, yeah, man, that's my initial thoughts on the schedule. It's a tough schedule, but it's for some reason it ain't as bad as what I thought it was gonna be. Like I think like I said, I would want that bye week a little later, and that early Thursday night game was kind of a wrench that I wasn't expecting. But it is what it is. I think Dallas has been getting that 10-day break after Thanksgiving for a while. Which let me see who we got on Thanksgiving. I know we got the Giants on Thanksgiving. Yeah, so we get kind of a break. We play Thursday, and then we play. Ooh, I didn't see that Cincinnati game on Monday. So we play them Thursday on the 28th, and then we gonna play again into the 9th. So that's like a 10, 11 day rest. But I do think Cincinnati will handle business, man. Like I said, we were rolling at that point, so I'll give Cincinnati that game. I won't change it. But we usually, we still get that break after Thanksgiving, which I think our players need. So early, like a kind of semi-early bye week. You get the 10, 11 days after the Giants game on Thanksgiving, and then you're at home against Cincinnati, and then you go to Carolina. So the back half of the schedule, the December schedule it's not hard, man. Like the December schedule is doable. I see us, like I say, I see us going, at least 4-1, 5-1 in December. I don't know when this, December, January. I see us going 4-1, 5-1. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see us going, 4-1 in December/January, depending on when that Week 18 game is. So, yeah, man. Like I say, we got to do it, man. I think we got a lot of questions to answer going into training camp. This is going to be a very important off season for us. But based off my initial reaction of the schedule, and basing this off of how well we did at home last year in the regular season, and basing off what a lot of these teams did based off of last year, I think the ceiling for us is 14-3. I think that we got Dak in the system for us his second year. I think that our defense will still be our defense. I think it'll look different, but I think the field will be the same. Like we're gonna have to stop the run. I think that's gonna be our biggest Achilles heel. But I think in the regular season, I think we'll get out to a lot of leads in the regular season, and it'll just be hard for things to just keep up with us offensively. I'm very confident in Dak in the regular season. When it comes to this is his second year in this offense, he has full control of this offense. I'm not worried about CD. I'm not worried about CD showing up week 1 because of his contract. If that goes south, I don't care about all that, man. I think Dak has full control. I think Cooper Beebe at center, if he wins that job, or if it's Hoffman, I think gives us a more physical upgrade over Tyler Biadasz, who's in Washington right now. Maybe not cerebral. I think Biadasz was so smart. I think with Biadasz being so smart, it took a lot out of Dak's, play, getting up to the line of scrimmage and getting his guys where he wanted to do because he didn't have to worry about the protection. I don't know if BB can learn that with him being a rookie, 3 or 4 months to get ready for that. That's something that I'm looking forward to seeing. Hopefully he can. I think that, but either way, I think that can still set the protection and can still, get this offense in the best play and let's go out here and win games. Yeah, man. Based off what I'm looking at, see 14-3. We're good at home. I'm looking at based off what these teams did last year. I'm basing it off of, you know, we got the third or fourth best quarterback in the league. His postseason woes or his postseason woes, but in the regular season, dude just gets it done, man. Defense is still gonna be a top 10 defense. Offense is gonna be a top 10 offense. You're gonna win a lot of games when you have a top 10 offense and a top 10 defense. I think the new special team rule is gonna help Cavante do what he do. I think he scores about at least 4 or 5 touchdowns from that to help us win a few games. I think that if everything goes right, I think that 14-3. But yeah, man, it's my first video back in a while. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be a little bit more consistent on this channel. Like I said, I have another channel as well where I do movie reviews and all that stuff like that. But yeah, man, it feels good to be back talking Cowboys with y'all, man. Like I said, I plan on being here a lot more frequent and putting out videos of just how I feel and what I think where we're at, and just see how it goes, man. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for commenting, and leave me you guys' record prediction in the comments, and let me know if I'm crazy, man. Based off my factors. Like, I'm not gonna be going back and forth with y'all if you're not basing it off my factors. Like, we're good at home. We have a top 5 quarterback, top 10 offense, top 10 defense. Base it off of that. All right. But yeah, man. Like I say, I appreciate y'all for watching, man. And until next time, man, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.